Hey everybody, this is Donnie from Adex Clubs, and today, as you can see behind me, we have all of our Adex products, our Adex Mace, arcs, and clubs. We have them in our original handles right here, our fat handles, and our Wildman handles. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these today. First off, all of Adex products are made in America. We're an American-based company. This was all my design, and all of the products work together. All of this is designed as an integral system. So if you have an Adex original handle mace kit, it works with a Wildman handle, or vice versa. Any mix and match with these, they all work together. Adex clubs also adjust in weight in as little as 1 1/4 pounds. 1 1/4 pound weights, the fractional weights that we have, are in every kit now. We've been doing that since the beginning of 2024, and we found that a lot of people appreciate just micro loading up to the next level, so you don't have to jump in 5-pound increments like the way standard universal Chinese clubs are made. Most of the budget priced clubs are, and maces, they're just fixed weight, and they, you can't really adjust them, and you're stuck with one weight, and you have to buy the whole set. This, you get the kit, and you could go from an empty handle up to 25 pounds for the clubs and 30 pounds for the maces, just a little over 30 pounds. I think we're at 32 on the Wildman handle. But what I'd like to talk to you today about is we get the number one question that Adex gets asked in either by email or by phone calls or out in public is, what should I start with if I'm brand new to Mason club training? And we always suggest to everyone that the Adex club is the best purchase, your best first purchase. The reason being is that the club exercises are a little more controllable. You don't need as much space or ceiling clearance to be able to be as astute with them. Plus, with the club, you'll learn the dynamics of ballistic training. And that's what you're doing. You are launching a weight, and you're using your body strength to move this weight around and continuously move it. So, I suggest that for anybody who's coming from kettlebells into club and mace training for the first time, we'd suggest the Wildman club right here. This was designed in part with Mark Wildman. If you are from Indian club training, where you use the lighter wooden clubs and you're predominantly training for mobility, but you're looking for a little strength with it, we suggest our original handle 1-inch diameter club. And then my personal favorite is the Adex fat handle club. This is what I train with at home. I only train with maces and clubs for the past 10 years. I do that as an experiment for you guys, so you guys can see that Mason club training is a viable way to train, and it's worth the effort to learn how to do. I feel fantastic at 60 years old. I'm going to talk to you also about the texture that we worked with, and we're constantly developing this too. We worked with our coder, the person that finishes our clubs, to develop the texture so that either with a bare hand, or if you want to apply chalk or wax, grip wax, that it works. So, just the texture itself, we don't have any knurling. We have a finish that it feels like a very rough emery paper on there. It's very durable. It's an eco finish. It doesn't hold any bacteria. And it also works with a plain hand, or if you want to use chalk or wax. Wax is more suggested to people who train at home if you really feel like you need to use a grip enhancer. Wax is better to use inside the house. You don't have that chalk dust, or just the, bare hands. I don't put any wax or chalk on my clubs when I train, and I'm going to say that I do put wax on it now when I'm outside, like in the dead heat of Florida summer, and I'm talking July and August. And if you guys been here with the humidity for that, you could see why you need, chalk or wax on things. But that's probably the only time of the year that I actually use the wax on my gear that I train with. That is a personal preference, so with that being said, we'll go back to personal preferences. The Wildman handle is a thicker handle. It's a 1.4 inch handle. That is very close to the 35 millimeter kettlebell handles. The original handle is a 1 inch handle, and that was used as a median size handle between a 25 pound club and a 5 pound club, because this does adjust from that weight range. And the mid grip handle, the fat handle, that is more akin to, let's say, a powerlifting bar. It's a 1.21 inch bar, which is almost a 1 1/4 inch, which would be the same as a typical powerlifting competition bar. So with that information for you guys, and like we said, starting with the club, you're going to have a lot of fun with the club. You could probably do the most amount of exercises with the club. It's got the greatest variety of exercises due to its ground clearance. The Mace, on the other hand, offers a different dynamic. Now, here's where we're going to get into some weirdness, and I'm going to talk as my personal preference. Remember, I said we'll talk about personal preference. I train with the fat handle clubs on a daily basis. But when I train with Mace, I use the original handle Mace because this is what's used in the competitions that I enter in. So I want to train with the Mace that, when I compete, it's the same size handle. But here's where things get funny. I absolutely love, and this is my favorite tool, the Wildman handle arc. Now, don't let this discourage you from your first purchase thinking that you should get the Wildman handle arc, because I like it. Again, go with the club, learn the skill, learn the movement of the tool, and how this type of training is. If you've come from regular weight training or another form of exercise which isn't similar to this form of ballistic training, dynamic ballistic training. The Wildman arc I like with the thickness because that's the tool that I feel is like I can get a workout when I want to do something fun. And it's a serious workout. You got to think about what you're doing, and you can combine a lot of Mace and club exercises together due to it being a shorter Mace. I love using these I'm using them for endurance work mostly. So when I'm adding cardio into my workouts, I'll be swinging these bad boys, one of the Adex Maces, and usually in the original handle for, a length of time, 10 minutes and longer. Strength training for the club, because I like the way I came from a powerlifting background. I like this diameter handle for me personally, but I also find use for the Wildman handle because if you guys know a little bit about me, I made pizza for 31 years, so my forearms should be pretty much indestructible. And I find that the Wildman handle will tax my forearms a little bit, and I kind of like that, and sometimes I'll do that training for that to see if I can push through it, but for the most part, I use this. So, with that being said, as we're getting on to the training and how it taxes the forearms, etc., you guys are going to notice that Adex clubs do have a larger knob. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now. I see a lot of copycat products that are out there, and I'm going to say it flat out. I patented this stuff. I designed this stuff. I worked with this stuff from 2008 to 2014 before I even released a product. I used the larger knob, the larger pommel at the bottom, So if your hand does fatigue, you don't have to grip as hard as you can. So if your hand or forearm is getting tired, but your shoulders and your lats aren't getting tired, and your triceps, they're not getting tired, and you could still got gas in the tank back here, but your hand's getting all funny, you can actually relax your grip slightly on this, and that knob is slightly easier to help you keep your purchase on the club, to train longer, to get into the area of failure with, you know, using this type of tool, where prior to these large knobs being on, you know, maces and clubs, people were failing, their grip would fail, they just put their gear down because they couldn't hang on to it anymore. This you can lighten up slightly. So it's up to you, you know, how you want to do the training. I am obviously finding that, you know, for the past 10 years that Mace and club training is working to keep me in shape. I'm 60 years old, I'm still doing it, you know. And I love this type of training because it gets my mind so involved in it. So again, with you guys, you know, looking at this as a new purchase, some new modality that you want to get into, and you're trying to see, you know, like what's the best product to buy, the adjustability factor of our clubs should be you know, the advantage right there. You know, with that, yet you have a whole array of weights of clubs to work with in one set, plus the fact of the knob on the bottom to help you get past a fatigued hand. You know, that hand strength will come in time. And, you know, pommel, this pommel that we offer on our clubs will help you get there. And also too, you know, which tool you should buy, the club is by far your best choice. Again, this is my favorite. The Wildman Edition is our #1 seller of all of our products. And for all the people that own the original handle, they still love these. Again, we've been making these since 2014. There's a lot of copycat products out there, and you guys deserve the best. We make the best, and we stand behind our products. So, if you guys are wondering which to get first, get the club. You're not going to make a bad choice by purchasing anything from us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call us or email us. We like phone calls. Or if you're in the area, if you're here on vacation, or if you live in the area or you're close by, come on down to Adex HQ. We've also got some good espresso and would love to talk to you. See you guys on the platform. Peace.